Hey everybody, what's up? My name is Jordan. If you know me through Twitch, you probably know me as I'm Jerman. Today we're going to take a break from WoW. We're actually going to talk about what it's like to be a small content creator. Let's jump right in. First thing we're going to do is start with a quick top-down, 1,000-foot view of what my week as a content creator looks like. This is going to seem pretty obvious because, hey, of course you stream and of course you make YouTube videos, but when you factor in what work looks like and what streaming looks like and what the YouTube creation and editing and all of those things piled into like a normal traditional work schedule looks like, you can see how it gets overwhelmed. One of the things I get asked a lot by friends as well as like viewers or anything like that is, you know, how do you fit it all in? I want to do this, but it feels like a full-time second job, and it really is. In addition to the 9 hours a week I do streaming, I edit and write articles or outlines, I guess, of my YouTube videos, and that takes a couple of hours, as well as the time brainstorming ideas, plus editing the video, posting it, and doing the marketing and advertising for my channel. So here's a quick overview, and you can see on the screen here, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, you can see my streaming schedules laid out from 7 to 10 on twitch.tv/I'mJerman, by the way. Link in the description below. Wednesdays, I have time set aside for recording and editing my videos, and then on Thursdays, I post them before my video actually goes out. And then Friday through Tuesday of the next week, you can see that I plan the YouTube video for the next week. In addition to these streaming things, there is, of course, my work life. There is hanging out with my pets or doing things with my wife. Me and my wife go see a movie once a week. That's got to fit in here somewhere. Mostly Wednesdays is where everything kind of just gets shoved in. And then in addition to that, the most important thing that I do throughout the week is plan YouTube videos from Friday till Tuesday. So in whatever game I'm playing, whether it's World of Warcraft or Legends of Runeterra or whatever, I'm constantly looking at the news and the media to see, hey, what fits in to what I can put on YouTube this week. What are other people not doing? What other people are doing that I think I could do better? Or sometimes I got to talk about the hot thing just like everybody else, right? And that's what this Friday through Tuesday project is. I am terrible at this part. I have friends that don't do any kind of content creation at all, and they go, oh, what's the worst part about it? And for me, it's Friday through Tuesday, where I have to think of this new YouTube idea, or because you don't want to be you don't want to be generic, right? You don't want to be the same as everybody else. So a lot of planning goes into this. And so I figured I'd show off the green book. It's not always a green book. Sometimes it's a gray book that gets filled, or a blue book. This one's green. Green book. And the green book just has ideas for YouTube videos as I come across them. You can't see this very well, but my most recent one is the idea for this show, where I lay out my schedule and I talk about what I wanted to do. It's easily the most important part of my content creation planning. So if you're another small streamer that's struggling to develop content, set aside set days of the week where you're going to browse the news for your games, where you're going to look into things and see, what am I going to talk about this week? That brings me to the next point is, because the games I play often have some dead air, like World of Warcraft just has a lot of downtime. There's a lot of travel time. There's a lot of time where you're not doing something, or you're doing something that's not that exciting to a viewer. So you have to have something planned for those downtimes. And what I like to do is I found this great post on Reddit, and I'll try to track it down and put it in the comments. But one of the things that I like to do is plan my streams out like I'm an announcer for the radio. Radio shows have 15-minute blocks of what they're going to talk about, right? Those guys don't just get on there and wing it. Every 15 minutes they go and they have a transition. Remember in school where you had to write transition sentences? It's like that, where maybe I'm going to talk about the newest patch notes from WoW, and then I'm going to talk about how that helps my character or hurts my character, and then I'm going to put that into what that means for the guild context. Maybe I'm going to put that into the larger context, and there's an hour of 15-minute blurbs. And you get to fill in the dead space there with stuff about your game that you're going on, right? You're not always going to have game things to do, or you're not always going to be able to talk for 15 full minutes about a topic, but your chat will pop in, or if you don't have a chat, something will happen in the game that'll be able for you to expound upon, or maybe you'll be able to weave that in. But day-to-day content creation planning is just as important as this planning this YouTube video. I don't mind repeating things, just like if you listen to like a 4-hour radio show with the same people, you're going to hear the same thing 3 times, because when they get to the bottom of their list, they transition it into the back of the top and just do it again. And again, hopefully you get different questions from your chat, or hopefully different things happen in the game that you can kind of weave in and out of there so it feels natural. But it's not uncommon for me to block my show off like this, where I just write. You're not going to be able to see that. Where you're not able to see, or you're not able to talk about your game for 15 minutes a piece at a time, and you need to talk about something that's going on in one of your communities. Maybe you just talk about what's going on in your personal life. Did you get in a car accident? Did you have something good for lunch? Make that one of your 15-minute segments where you just talk about food. It doesn't have to be super complicated. I'm by far not a streaming expert. I'm just kind of going over what I think is typical in my life and my day-to-day content creation planning. So while I do plan this YouTube video thing for 5 days of the week, I'm constantly ruminating over topics. The other days of the week, the Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays, I'm thinking, okay, what's my 15-minute segment's going to be? I only stream for 3 hours at a time. I only really need 4 things to talk about. And then I'll just recycle them each hour. And sometimes you're going to find, hey, this hour was jam-packed. I had a lot of chat activity, I had a lot of game activity. I didn't need to go through my 15-minute talking points again. That would probably be the second biggest thing in my life as a streamer, is planning my daily content creation as well. So on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, I'm doing that. And then Friday through Tuesday, I'm also planning content. The most time-intensive part of my week, a lot of people probably think it's the streaming, because like I'm streaming for 9 hours a week. Actually, for me, it's the recording and editing of the YouTube video. You can see I'm actually doing it a day early this week. This is the most time intensive part, A, because I'm bad at video editing, and B, I'm likely still planning what I'm going to do. So I'm still looking over news sources and figuring out what I'm going to do. And this is the part that actually feels like work. This recording and editing bit actually feels like work, where I have to like go through either a script if I'm doing like a completely scripted thing, or my outline, which was in that green book I threw. So we'll see how the rest of this goes. But then I actually have to go in and physically edit the product. And that feels like a lot of just like a second job to me. A lot of people, like I said, ask, does it feel like a second job that you get little to nothing out of? And the answer is yes. It feels like a second job that you get little to nothing out of. And you do it because you like it and you know that you're trying to grow into better things. And that brings me to my next thing about being a bigger streamer, is a goal of mine, right? I hover in that 0 to 15 range. And I would like to see myself get to like the 100 range. I don't have any ambition about going full time, but I would like to see myself get to that like 80 to 100 range regularly. I think that'd be really cool. And one of the things that constantly drives that goal for me is growth. I'm constantly thinking about growth, how to do it. Like, what do I need to do to be growing, and why am I doing it? Like, why do I want 80 to 100 viewers? What is the reason behind that? Great question. I have no idea. I'm thinking about that a lot. And one of the reasons that I do this YouTube thing is because of growth, right? I want to do more of this for more people, and YouTube is where people can find you, and then people come over to your Twitch and then they watch you. And that's why I do it. A lot of people think you just turn the camera on Twitch and voila, you're done. But actually there's a lot of thought about growth. Do the stream presentations matter? For example, this looks better than what you just saw with the borders and with the border here and then the stream icons here. These things take time to develop and hire out and talk about. And when you get into here, the lighting that you can't see and all those things, those are all things that I think about and develop over time, because people are attracted to quality for growth. That's a big deal to me. Now that I'm in this and I don't have the green book and I'm just kind of talking, I really don't know what it is other than just like a vlog about why I'm streaming and what like a day in the life of a content creator is like. I probably should make a WoW video this week. I don't know. If you liked this, leave a comment, hit the like button, and subscribe. I stream every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, like you just saw on the calendar, if you want to see the actual production. But it was kind of fun talking about like what I do and why I do it and what the reason is, even if it was only for 10 minutes. I think that's neat. I had a good time. I hope you liked it too. come check me out on Twitch, and then make sure you follow this channel so you can get actual content about games that I play. Until next time, everybody, happy gaming.